Well, I'll tell you, we were very grateful to our local constituents who met with us before the legislative session to give us some legislative ideas, proposals, issues that are taking place in the district. And at the beginning of the session, we introduced over 20 bills that I would say 70% came from our local constituents who are challenged with issues with an agency and or local governments who said, hey, we need to align our effort with funding opportunities that exist at the state level. So over 20 proposals were submitted. Of those, over 60% are already moving along, some at the governor's desk and some that we will be taking out. Many of those that I mentioned are moving along through the process and some on the governor's desk. Things were opening up this year. We were able to participate on a number of different activities and events that were being sponsored by other, community-based organizations. So we continue to plan for additional events through the fall. We want to do some really cool check presentations with communities that have received monies from Prop 68 that we authored several years ago, building new parks, rehabilitating new parks. So we'd like to do check presentations. So we're going to have a busy fall, but we've had some really good events within the capacity and limitations that this pandemic continues to present. So very fortunate to chair the Utilities and Energy, and we've got some big issues in front of us, not just this session, but as we wrap up, we've got some big policy proposals in front of us that we've been engaged in and leading some colleague work groups to make sure that everyone understands the policy context as well as the ramifications of some decisions that are coming before us. We also are fortunate enough to sit on appropriation, governmental organizations, as well as the communications and convenience, which is a really important committee to the work that we've been doing in collaboration with our colleagues, specifically on broadband issues, equity issues, and making sure that 98% of Californians are connected to the service to be able to really participate in today's economy. So those are the committees that we sit on and some of the issues that we've taken on. When it comes to constituent casework, we've seen record-breaking cases open in our office, probably over 1,500 cases that I can think of in the EDD arena. We have about 75 cases that remain open in that space, but record-breaking cases have come before us during this period of time. I have worked on bills that have global, national impact in the climate space, but I'm going to bring it home. I think one of the things that I'm most proud of is I was able to sponsor a piece of legislation a couple years ago that is having an impact today during the pandemic, and that was to expand a desert healthcare district, an opportunity to move it into areas where the need is greater, and that expansion proved to be a lifesaver during the pandemic, allowing that healthcare district to utilize its resources and try to reach those hard places and people who needed to be brought out, be tested, be vaccinated, and that work continues. And so although it doesn't have a global impact, it's not connecting people to the internet service or for that matter keeping the lights on, but it saved lives. And today I'm most proud of that piece of work that we did several years ago because it's still relevant today.